Ladies and gentlemen, your external world is a direct reflection of your internal state. Everything you experience, your circumstances, relationships, and even the smallest details of your life, first originated in the unseen realm of thought. Imagination is not a passive faculty reserved for dreams or idle fantasies. It is the very force that molds your reality. The world you live in today is nothing more than crystallized imagination, a projection of the dominant ideas and emotions you have consistently entertained. Consider anything that exists in physical form, a towering building, a great invention, or even a simple object like a chair. None of these things appeared by chance. They were first conceived in the mind of someone who dared to see them before they existed. The architect visualized the structure long before a single brick was laid. The inventor imagined his creation fully formed before he ever touched a tool. The writer saw his book completed in his mind before a single word was written. Everything that is seen was once unseen, existing solely in thought. This truth applies to your life as well. If your present conditions do not align with your desires, it is not because you are lacking something externally. It is because you have not yet reimagined yourself in alignment with what you seek. Your circumstances are merely echoes of your past, assumptions, habits of thought made visible. If you wish to change anything in your life, you must first change the way you see yourself and the world within your imagination. Most people believe that change comes from external action alone. They struggle, they force, they exhaust themselves, trying to manipulate the outside world while ignoring the true cause, what they persistently imagine. The truth is, your imagination creates your reality, and it does so effortlessly, without resistance, when you fully believe in the state you assume. When you see yourself as the person you desire to be and feel it as real, the world responds in kind. The law of imagination is absolute. It is always working, whether you are conscious of it or not. The thoughts and images you dwell upon, especially those charged with emotion, set in motion a chain of events that lead to their physical expression. This is why those who dwell on fears and limitations find their lives filled with struggle, while those who hold an unwavering vision of success inevitably achieve it. Your imagination is not limited by logic, circumstance, or physical reality. It is the one place where you are truly free, where you can create without restriction. Yet most people use this gift unwisely. Instead of envisioning success, they picture failure. Instead of seeing themselves as strong and capable, they imagine themselves as weak and limited. They replay old defeats, reliving past disappointments as if they were destined to repeat them. But what they do not realize is that each time they do this, they reinforce those conditions in their lives. To master your life, you must first master your imagination. Begin by observing the nature of your thoughts. What are you consistently picturing? What story are you telling yourself day after day? If your life is not as you desire, change the narrative in your mind. See yourself as the person you wish to be. Imagine your success so vividly that it becomes more real to you than your current conditions. When you do this, you are planting new seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious, and in time they must bear fruit. The key is to persist. The world may not change overnight, but if you remain faithful to your new vision, it will surely take shape. The moment you accept your imagined reality as true, the unseen forces of life begin working to bring it into form. Opportunities appear, doors open, and circumstances shift to align with your assumption. This is not magic. It is the natural law of consciousness in action. You are never at the mercy of fate. You are the creator, and imagination is your tool. Use it with intention. Do not allow the past to dictate your future. See yourself as you wish to be and live in that state mentally until it hardens into fact. The world will conform to your vision, for imagination creates reality. It is not enough to simply think about a desire or wish for something to happen. The mind is filled with countless fleeting thoughts every day, yet only those that are deeply felt take root and manifest into reality. Thought alone is weak unless it is charged with feeling. Feeling is the secret to bringing an idea from the invisible realm of imagination into the tangible realm of experience. Every emotion you entertain shapes your reality because feelings impress upon the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind does not question. It accepts and brings forth whatever is impressed upon it. If you continuously dwell in the feeling of lack, fear, or doubt, life will reflect these states back to you in various forms. If, however, you dwell in the feeling of success, love, and fulfillment, then these conditions must inevitably appear in your world. The secret is in assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled before any physical evidence exists. This principle can be seen in the lives of those who achieve great things. They do not wait for success to appear before they feel successful. Rather, they first embody the feeling of success internally, and the outer world then reshapes itself accordingly. The actor who lands the perfect role first sees himself as the character he wishes to portray. The athlete who wins the championship first feels the triumph before stepping onto the field. The entrepreneur who builds an empire first experiences abundance within, even before a single dollar is made. The reason so many people fail to manifest their desires is that they are trapped in the feeling of wanting. Wanting something implies not having it. To constantly desire a thing is to reinforce its absence. This is where most people go wrong. They think about what they want, but continue to feel the emotions of lack, fear, or frustration. The subconscious does not respond to words alone. It responds to the dominant feeling behind those words. If you declare, "I am wealthy," but feel doubt, the feeling of doubt is what takes hold, not the statement itself. To truly manifest, you must shift from wanting to already having. You must bring the feeling of your fulfilled desire into the present moment. Feel what it would be like if your dream were already a reality. How would you walk? How would you speak? What emotions would you experience daily? The closer you align with these feelings, the faster they materialize in your external world. This is not mere wishful thinking. It is an unbreakable law of consciousness. Consider the power of imagination in shaping emotion. If you close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself holding a fresh lemon, feeling its texture, and then taking a bite, your mouth will begin to salivate even though the lemon is not physically there. The body responds to imagined experiences as though they are real. In the same way, when you persist in feeling the emotions of your desired reality, your subconscious mind assumes it as truth, and your outer world adjusts to reflect it. Many believe they must first see results before they can feel a certain way, but this is an illusion. The process works in reverse. Feel first, then see. Those who master this principle hold the key to shaping their destiny. They do not wait for conditions to change before they feel happiness, success, or confidence. They generate those feelings internally, knowing that the world will eventually mirror them. This requires discipline. The mind will try to revert to old patterns, clinging to familiar states of lack and limitation. But through persistence, the new feeling becomes natural, and what once seemed distant becomes inevitable. When you understand that your emotions act as a bridge between thought and reality, you will no longer allow circumstances to dictate how you feel. Instead, you will take control, deliberately choosing the emotions that align with the life you wish to create. The world is but a reflection of your inner state. If you wish to change what is outside, begin by changing how you feel within. Hold on to the feeling of your wish fulfilled with unwavering faith, and in time, reality will be reshaped in its image. This is the unfailing power of feeling, the key to manifestation. To bring about any desired change in life, one must learn the art of living in the end. This means assuming the state of already having what you seek, mentally dwelling in the reality of your fulfilled desire, and refusing to entertain any thought that contradicts it. Most people live reactively, basing their emotions and beliefs on their current circumstances. But those who understand the power of imagination do not wait for external validation, they create it from within. They assume the feeling of their wish fulfilled long before any physical evidence appears, knowing that their inner state must eventually externalize itself. The world you experience is nothing more than a reflection of your internal assumptions. If you believe yourself to be prosperous, loved, and successful, your life will mold itself to confirm these beliefs. If you see yourself as lacking, struggling, or unworthy, the world will likewise reflect these states back to you. It is not enough to simply want a better life. You must already live in the feeling of having it. This is the essence of living in the end. Consider a gardener planting a seed. He does not dig it up each day to check if it has sprouted. He knows that with the right conditions, growth is inevitable. Similarly, when you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you must trust that the unseen forces of life are working in your favor. Doubt and impatience are like uprooting the seed before it has a chance to grow. But unwavering faith allows the process to unfold naturally, bringing your imagined reality into form. The greatest barrier to transformation is attachment to current conditions. Many people look at their lives and believe what they see to be unchangeable fact, failing to realize that what they observe today is merely a reflection of past thoughts and emotions. The key to changing one's life is to stop reinforcing the present reality and instead give full attention to the future you desire. Live mentally in that state, walk in that reality, and refuse to accept anything less. The more natural this state becomes in your imagination, the sooner it will materialize in the physical world. This practice requires discipline. It is easy to be swayed by the senses, to look at the world and say, this is my reality. But those who master their imagination understand that what appears real today was once an idea, and what is imagined today will soon be real. The senses may try to convince you otherwise, showing you lack where you seek abundance, or struggle where you desire ease. But you must persist in the inner vision of your fulfilled desire, knowing that the world must eventually conform. The process is simple, but it requires faith. If you desire wealth, you must not see yourself as one who struggles financially, hoping for better days. Instead, you must embody the feeling of wealth now. Walk as one who is already financially secure. Think and act with the confidence of one who has all they need. If you seek love, do not dwell in loneliness, waiting for someone to complete you. Instead, feel the warmth of being cherished and valued, knowing that this feeling will attract its corresponding reality. Living in the end does not mean ignoring the present, but rather reinterpreting it in light of your assumed reality. Every event, every interaction, every moment is seen as a step toward the fulfillment of your desire. You no longer react with doubt or fear, because you know that what you have accepted as true internally must become your external experience. Those who live in the end walk with a quiet confidence. They are not swayed by temporary appearances, nor do they allow setbacks to discourage them. They remain steadfast in their inner conviction, knowing that the world is merely a canvas upon which their imagination paints. And as they persist in their assumption, they watch as life bends to accommodate their vision. Whatever you desire, assume it as already yours. Live in the joy, the satisfaction, the security of having it now. The world cannot help but reflect your inner state. This is the secret of all great achievements, the path to mastery over your destiny. Whatever you dare to assume and persist in will, without fail, become your reality. The mind, like any instrument, requires training. When you first begin to use imagination consciously, the old patterns of thought and belief will attempt to reassert themselves. Doubt will whisper that nothing is changing, fear will suggest that your efforts are in vain, and circumstances may seem to contradict your assumption. This is where most people falter. They mistake temporary resistance for failure and return to their old way of thinking. But the truth is, persistence in imagination is the key to transformation. If you remain faithful to the new state you have assumed, the world must eventually reflect it. Your subconscious mind is like fertile soil, and your imagination plants the seeds of your future. Every thought, every feeling, every assumption you persist in becomes a seed that will, in time, take root and grow. But just as a gardener does not expect an immediate harvest, you must not become impatient. Some desires manifest quickly, while others take time to develop. The only requirement is that you do not abandon your vision. The moment you allow doubt to take hold, it is as though you have uprooted the seed before it has had a chance to grow. One of the greatest errors people make is looking to the external world for confirmation before they have fully impressed their new state upon the subconscious. They assume wealth, but then check their bank account and feel discouraged. They imagine love, but then focus on their loneliness. They declare health, but then dwell on symptoms. This back and forth weakens the creative process. The subconscious does not respond to momentary thoughts. It responds to what you persist in believing and feeling. Persistence is not a matter of force or struggle. It is not about desperately trying to change reality, but rather maintaining faith in the unseen until it becomes seen. It is holding onto your assumption with calm confidence, knowing that what is real in your imagination must eventually be made real in your experience. The mistake most people make is reacting to present circumstances instead of remaining faithful to the state they desire to experience. But those who understand the power of persistence do not waver. They remain unmoved by temporary conditions, knowing that the outer world must bend to their inner conviction. Consider the sculptor who chisels away at a block of stone. With each strike, the form he envisions becomes clearer. But if he were to stop midway, the masterpiece would remain unfinished. So too is the work of imagination. Each time you return to the state of your wish fulfilled, each time you feel the reality of your desire, you are shaping the unseen forces that will bring it into existence. The final form may not yet be visible, but the work is being done. And just as a sculptor does not doubt that his vision will emerge, you must not doubt that your assumption will solidify into fact. The world is filled with examples of those who persisted in imagination before their dreams became reality. Every great success, every remarkable achievement was first held as an inner vision. Those who created wonders, who overcame obstacles, who defied circumstances, all had one thing in common. They refused to let go of their imagined reality. They lived in the end before they saw any proof. They understood that reality does not create belief. Belief creates reality. It does not matter how things appear today. If you hold steadfastly to the feeling of your fulfilled desire, the conditions necessary to bring it to pass will arrange themselves. Circumstances will shift, people will play their part, and opportunities will arise. This is not a question of if, but when. The only variable is your persistence. No force in the world is greater than the mind that refuses to accept anything less than its vision. If you will persist, without hesitation, without doubting, and without seeking external confirmation, then you will see your world transform before your eyes. The unseen will become seen, and the intangible will become tangible. This is the unshakable law of imagination. What you hold onto internally must, in time, take shape externally. Your only task is to remain faithful to your vision, knowing that the reality you seek is already yours in the realm of imagination, and that through persistence it must become yours in the physical world. Your imagination is the most powerful tool you possess. It is the source of every great achievement, the foundation of every success, and the key to transforming your life. The world you see around you is not fixed. It is fluid, constantly shaped and reshaped by the assumptions you persist in holding. If you accept this truth, then you will no longer be a passive observer of life, but an active creator. You will understand that what you experience is not dictated by external forces, but by the inner world of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. The secret is to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, to live in the end, and to persist unwaveringly in that state, regardless of present circumstances. Doubt, fear, and impatience may try to pull you back into old patterns, but the law of imagination is unchanging. What you persist in believing must externalize itself. There is no force in the universe that can prevent an assumption held with conviction from becoming reality. The only question is whether you will remain faithful to your vision or allow temporary appearances to sway you. Everything you desire already exists in the unseen. The only task before you is to claim it within your imagination and hold on to it until it manifests. Live as if your wish is already fulfilled. Feel it deeply and persist without doubt. If you do this, the world will bend to your vision, and you will come to understand, beyond all doubt, that imagination creates reality.